Can you hold that thought while I go to water? Hold it. Walking barefoot, straddling a bike inside.
Knows how to make homemade weapons.
Paranoid, clearly. Butcher knife on the counter.
Very skilled at breaking and entering.
Casts out spirits. Not religious,
you know
but
what?
Casts out spirits.
Hang on. This is quite the resume. I had a house for sale. There was a lockbox on it, and I just happened to be driving through the area, and I wanted to check it out. So I'm using the lockbox to go in the front of the house, and as I get in the house, I can like hear somebody in the house, which is weird because the key was still in the lockbox.
Elephant in the room.
Hey, what are you?
Huh?
So I'm like, hello? Hello? You don't feel safe? Why not? Oh. He says sometimes he walks through houses and there's people there. So this big Harley looking dude comes out of the house like, oh, hey. Think Dog the Bounty Hunter, right? Long hair, like a vest with his arms showing, tan.
Who's that I see walking in my woods?
Well, not Dog the Bounty Hunter, but his evil twin. On the wrong side of the law. And he had broken into my house and I recognized that immediately. Scary people. With weapons.
That's Little Red Riding Hood.
And I said, oh, hey, are you just here to look at the house? Like, almost like he's a real estate agent, you know? And he, of course, plays along. Yeah, I'm here looking at the house. I'm like, okay, cool, well.
Make yourself at home. If you have any questions at all, just let me know. I'm glad to help.
Not knowing me, he doesn't know that I'm the owner of the house. So I played it cool like that. He left, and then I noticed he broke in the back door. That experience made me think, man, you never know what you're walking into with houses. I mean, that house was a pretty contained environment. It was my house. It was fixed up. There was a lockbox on it. It was secured. But houses that are unsecured that you're doing, vacant houses that you're going to do a walkthrough video on, or you're going to walk through it, walk all around the house. Right? We go to the basement. We go everywhere. And there can be people, and many times I've seen evidence of people sleeping there, like sleeping bags, blankets, pillows, things, bunch of dirty clothes, just people that are squatting in these houses. And these squatters, a lot of times, I don't want to make a generalized statement, but drugs, alcohol, mental illness, things.
This is called.
So after that, I actually got my concealed weapons permit, got a handgun, and when I would go to houses after that, sometimes vacant houses and things, I would actually carry it with me. It never pulled out on anybody. It never mattered, but it made me feel a little bit better, right?
I go to these vacant houses quite often, and I'm always like a tiny bit concerned that someone's going to be there, but I've done this enough that I'm not really that concerned anymore. Plus, I think I have a higher risk tolerance than most people,
Yeah, reckless.
Yeah, the front door, there was a key box, but the front door was like secured really well. Yeah. So I went around to the side door. So I put the key in, I start to turn it, and I hear this, oh, hey! So somebody calls out to me. He lets me in, and he starts off right away with this story about his uncle owns this house, and like the people who were here, they're like Polynesians were here, and people have been coming and going, and they're, have you heard about this? And I was kind of playing along. I was like, oh yeah, weird, oh whatever, and then I'm kind of walking with him, explaining to him what I'm there doing, and I'm totally downplaying it. Like, I have nothing to do with any of this. Like, I'm just this guy. Like,
I have no authority. Don't try to...
Exactly. Yeah.
Don't shank me.
Yeah. Well, so the funny thing is, I'm walking with him. This guy basically gives me a walkthrough of the house. Like, he gives me a tour.
Homeless, druggy squatter with weapons, to be continued, gives you a walkthrough. He walks you through his home.
Yep.
Wow.
He's like walking me around the house, saying different stuff. And
so as he's walking around saying things, and you're like nodding and acting like, oh yeah, this is totally real.
Playing along. I always wonder about that history of houses when I go in, like.
It's a trip though, man.
Yeah, like who lived here and like, like kind of what everything was like and all that.
Is this a flop house or? I mean, but you can tell they're homeless. It's sad. I mean, a lot of times we all find ourselves in this situation, but.
When did you first notice the weapons?
Pretty quickly.
And a lot of these homes are like that. A lot of these homes are worth fixing up, And
very clearly on the kitchen counter is this butcher knife. Probably 10 seconds later, he like bends down at the closet in the front door.
I don't know what kind of weirdos they are, but this is
what the heck?
Unexplainable. It's like weapon of mass destruction.
Seriously, man.
And we don't need that in the neighborhood. I'm from Rose Park. I lived here my whole life, and It's just like, this could be a nice home if they just took care of it. And
Dude, hang on a second.
Whole thing.
What makes you go from like somewhat fearful and apprehensive about the situation to, hey, let's record this. Let's document this for posterity. You're thinking to yourself, there's a knife behind me, and there's a homemade weapon that he's showing me. I better start recording this.
If I make it out alive, this is going to make a great video, is what I'm thinking. So he shows me this, and he's walking me around the house. Like, this is the first thing. And then, so I'm keeping my eye on this guy, and that's why I'm basically following him around. He's, you know, I'm not, like, letting him out of my sights. And so he takes me to the basement, and he asks me...
So do you ever go inside houses where you feel a vibe, like you feel the energy, like you know that there's something in the house, like a presence, like a spirit?
I never have, no.
Oh man, this
Doesn't
house.
seem like there's one here.
Oh yeah, and of course they exist whether we like believe them or not.
Oh yeah. I totally believe in that.
So like this room, I mean look at this right here. This is the church now. When my uncle lived here, there was two of these. There was this one, and there's one right here. And I don't know if it has full access to the neighborhood or...
Yeah.
It's just strange, though. There were hoses coming from that little pipe leading into there, kind of like oxygen for people, like underground tunnels.
Yeah.
The polygamists back in the day had a lot of stuff. I'm not really a churchgoer type, but I honestly feel that I exercised a lot of these spirits that were in here too. There's another one in here. Might be a laundry machine, but... Yes, sir.
Another telltale sign.
Normally I would go in everything, but this house I actually didn't go in that building.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with people's meth labs.
Hey.
Power line?
Oh man, that's crazy.
Pop someone's head off, huh?
Yeah.
Lighter.
So I'm done.
All right.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
And the houses that are really interesting too are the ones off of 13 South and about 930 West. Where are you from?
I'm kind of from around here.
Oh, nice.
My dad was in the army growing up and stuff, so I've been all over the place, but I've been around here for a while.
Nice. Did you join the services or the military or no?
Nah.
And that's what we needed. That's what we need more of. More scouts, more people who are out there. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of recruiting people that are even out in people on the streets. You see a lot of people who have so much stamina, so much like skills and like that, where they just like pretty much like what's it called again? Where they just pretty much kick themselves off the building and stuff like that. And
Oh yeah.
Man, if they can do that running from the cops, and I guarantee.
Parkour.
Yeah, parkour.
That kind of stuff.
That's hardcore.
Anyway, it was a strange experience. I was getting ready to leave. I could see him kind of in the front. And he was like, hey, see you later, Jason. And I was like, oh, do you want me to lock this door or no?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, cool. I lock the side door. I walk around to the front. And like the front is like wide open. He didn't even close the door.
This has never happened to you, but it's a pretty real possibility that somebody in the basement of a house that you're walking through, you're like, hello, are you here? And they don't want to announce themselves because they're not supposed to be there. If they feel like, fight or flight, right? And you're in between them and the exit. And these people, I've seen it all the time. You see like these knives and stuff that are like in these houses. Who knows? Are they going to come in and just shank you and then run past you? And you need to protect yourself.
My wife actually put it on a to-do list for me.
It's on the to-do list. Buy bear spray.
I haven't crossed it off yet.
Haven't crossed it off yet?
No.
I'll probably do that. I think that's a wrap. Thoughts? Leaving? Grab it. Oh, well, that was one heck of a job interview.
It was great. They send me out to all kinds of places all over the place.
Man, see, that'd be fun though. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah, if they need another person on the team, let me know.
Will you take a disc test for us? We want to know your personality profile.
He's probably all over the place.
If you ever had anything like this happen to you, hit us in the comments. Wherever the
Tell
comments
us about it. I'm curious.
Tell us about it, because we're curious, right? I told you our little stories. I've had a few stories, but that was the one that was the most, close encounter. But tell us about your stories.